All right, Terry. How's things looking?
Things are looking so good right now. I just found the coolest new hangout. It's called a warehouse. This place has everything: foosball, recliners, Germans, two pre manufactured homes, all the beer we could drink, a cranky old bald man who frowns upon us drinking the beer, a phone that goes directly to the cranky old bald man, cameras being watched by said cranky old bald man. Actually, I don't think it's a very cool place to hang out. It has everything.
I told myself, stay strong, but yet I have
You
real
didn't make
fears.
it through the first one. Like I just said warehouse and you were done. You were done. Hold
Real
it together,
fears.
man.
We're a minute in. I have real
Have
fears.
a shred of decency.
Yeah. I'm glad we changed after you doing it. That's way better.
Everything.
Welcome back, everybody.
Whatever I-
My name is Adam, and that is Terry. We are breaking
too
down
happy,
another
guys.
fun-filled episode of the Better Call Saul
Better Call
universe.
Saul.
We are breaking down Season 4, Episode 6, titled Piñata, which debuted September 10th, 2018. We're really excited to dive into this episode. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that's happening. Some fascinating developments with the Gus and where Jimmy and Kim are going to. Some really big kind of trajectory changing situations too. So some really cool, fun stuff coming up.
All right, so let's do it. Let's go to our synopsis for Better Call Saul,
Piñata.
Season 4, Episode 6. And yes, it is entitled Piñata. When did this one air, Adam?
September 10th, 2018 at 46 minutes.
Directed by Andrew Stanton, by the way, of Pixar fame. Just throwing that out there. Okay, synopsis time. Kim is struggling. She's working on her Mesa Verde account, but her heart really isn't in it anymore. She wants to focus more on her public defender work, but Mesa Verde pays the bills. What to do? How about meet with a firm that likes her? Enter Schweikart and Copley. Disguised as a check-in after handing off the oil drilling client, Kim talks her way into a job offer. Start a bank law division at Schweikart and Copley, become a partner, get help running Mesa Verde, and also free up more time to work on what she's passionate about. Now she just has to convince Jimmy that this is the best move. Jimmy is also struggling with a few things. Obsessed more and more with the idea of partnering with Kim once his law license is active again, he fields a call while selling cell phones to nobody in the store from an old client who had passed away. Mrs. Strauss, the star of his first commercial, died, and the executor of her will needs help. Jimmy, currently not a lawyer, recommends HHM for their needs. However, HHM is struggling. When Jimmy goes and gets his cut of Chuck's inheritance, Howard looks awful. The firm is right sizing, partly because of the cost of losing Chuck and partly because of how the reputation of the firm is in the dumps thanks to many of Chuck's actions. Jimmy gives a pep talk as only he can. While all this is happening, Mike is coordinating a major operation for Gus. Werner is ready to start work on the new underground lair, but he needs a workforce to build it. Mike sets up an entire warehouse of living quarters for the German workers, complete with everything they will need to keep themselves entertained in their downtime. Hopefully, they don't party too hard. Hopefully. Jimmy ends the episode doubling down on his get-rich-quick scheme. He buys a ton of burner phones and is ready to sell, but not from the back of the nail salon. Thank you very much, Mrs. Wynn. There's just one problem. The dumb kids that mugged him the last time he sold. He goes to try and make a deal. $100 each a night for simply leaving him alone. Instead, they try to jump him again. Jimmy runs until he's cornered in an alley. But who is actually cornered? Two reasonably giant humans pop out, capture the three hooligans, and string them upside down in a piñata shop. Now they're ready to be nice to Jimmy. And the big guys are happy they didn't actually have to hit anything other than piñatas with their baseball bats. There you go. There's the synopsis.
Yes. Very reasonably episode. It's good stuff. Yeah, this was a fun. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Jimmy's still trying to figure out what he's doing. Kind of do feel bad eventually that you could tell that he definitely needs therapy and needs to accept it at some point. So we'll see if he actually does go through with it, because like Sweetheart would say, is that everybody handles grief a little differently, and it's catching up to him in this point, because when I think Kim's doing the smart thing here, bringing on this extra help for Mesa Verde, because she's also trying to find that love and passion for the law. She likes helping people. And by the way, that's Nacho, the first file that she picks up? Did that look like Nacho to you?
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either, but I was like, is that not? That's kind of weird. Like what? But kind of interesting.
He wouldn't be looking for a public defender though, and he's not currently charged with anything that we know.
Yeah,
of.
it just looked like somebody like Michael, like a really quick little snapshot of who it was. But I don't know. I guess we'll see who that is. What was the point of showing a person's face on a file? That's what I thought. I was like, so something I would think someone maybe could have come up with that. Who knows? But yeah, I think that stuff's good. I think that's a super smart play by Kim, bringing in a partner, but also you're following up, because now the big oil tycoon as well is
Billy Gatwood.
Yeah, is working with him as well. So it's kind of it keeps everything in house between the two different companies there. And then I do feel bad because he has that little freak out at the restaurant, which I think anybody, the maitre d' or the head chef, like, you can't stand here. You're blocking a lane. LVP maybe for those people for that. But yeah, he has a little panic. Like it sucks to see Jimmy going through that stuff. That's why he's going back to like his slipping Jimmy days with the phones. But yeah, this is some good stuff here. There's the best scene. There's a scene here that might be the best scene of the shows or of this season so far. I think it's so interesting. I think there's so much stuff going on there.
We'll get into that soon.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jimmy, I don't know if you can necessarily qualify this as slipping Jimmy. Like he's not trying to.
It's not quite to there,
rip anybody off. Maybe a little bit of what he did with the three guys or three kids, but they kind of needed that. They needed that more than it was just him doing his. He knows how to trick them.
Mm-hmm.
But he's trying to sell phones. I mean, there's nothing wrong with he's just selling phones. I think he's actually trying to find a legitimate way to have a business and make some money using what he's good at. So
yes, his people skills. It just yeah, you're right. There he is not necessarily slipping because he's not trying to rip people off and try to get the upper hand and like con people.
He's not conning anybody. Yeah,
but he's using that personality of Jimmy to be able to sell it, make it work in a sense too.
Well, he's a salesman. That's what he's best at.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's get into what scene are you talking about is your best scene of the season so far?
The Gus Fring sitting and talking to Hector.
I had the same thing down.
I was just like listening to him, like, and then it turns into like, so I can wait and make sure you wake up one day. I have the patience to cultivate this thing. So yeah, that's whoo. I did not think we were going to that spot right there, but I dug it. I was like, man, You have to have Hector show up every once in a while, and this is kind of an interesting way. Do you think his hand was going to move for a second?
Oh yeah, the whole time my wife was like, just kind of the one finger twitch,
Yeah.
like he's ringing a bell. like yeah, that's all we needed. We just needed the
Ding.
that's all we needed, and it didn't get to it, but
Not quite.
yeah, I've got that one down too, and we get a lot of backstory to Gus that we've never had before.
How it is like his poverty-stricken childhood and
his patience and how he was waiting for the animal to emerge after stealing all his fruit, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that tells you a lot about Gus in that scene, and it informs, like, I mean, there isn't like a super clear Breaking Bad reference in this one, I don't think, but I think the thing I wrote down for it was just the seeing exactly where the relationship with Gus and Hector is. We know how it started, and how, Hector is the one that killed the other Pollo Hermano, and now you have Gus trying to play Hector, but now he's sick, he's down. By the way, when Tyrus comes in and says infection, I thought it was Nacho. My wife thought it was Nacho. Like, there's an infection. Like, that's where we thought it was going, but it was Hector. And how Gus is just like, no, you're going to survive because I decide how this is going to go. And once I had the animal, I didn't kill it. I kept it and let it know that it was mine. And so what happens when Hector gets better and is in the chair? He's in a senior living facility that Gus manages. And he's the one that keeps him there. He's the one that almost like has him imprisoned for the rest of his life. You're going to be here. The only people you're going to see is me. And I'm just going to tell you how much I continue to win and you continue to lose.
Yeah.
Like, just crazy.
That is good. The yeah, that's such a good sequence. Yeah, we did a lot of like the much into backstory with Gus without giving us like a direct flashback. This is such a great way to put it, and I think the show also just has a great way of just every time Gus is on, he's the most interesting shot person in the show. The cinematography always has the best shots for him, because you could always put the camera right behind his glasses and just has that ominous feel to it. I can't really think of another character that is as well shot as this character, but he's by far. But I'm making a comparison to this guy from Heroes. It's the horn-rimmed glasses guy. It's the guy that plays Hayden Panettiere's father in the show. I used to like that show a lot, but just the first season, it kind of went downhill. It was a writer's strike show, but he always had the same kind of. He was always like lit really well, and like when they showed that character, it was always a big deal when he was on screen. Kind of. Gus is a far superior character too, and also like every time he's on there, he just has like everything going for him, like the best lines, the best like kind of like just the presence there as well. So yeah, and how he's just sitting there in the dark room, just with the suit and his chair and the lighting and that, everything's done great on that sequence.
Yeah. If I were to mention something else other than that scene as a great scene, it's another one I also didn't mention in the synopsis. Like, I never brought up that scene because it's just kind of this little one-off of a side thing that's going on. And the other one-off is another great scene, and it's Mike apologizing to Stacy.
Yeah.
And it's the first time, I didn't even realize it's the first time we've seen Stacy since Mike freaked out in the group in the group room, in the group meeting, on the one guy he called a phony, and this is the first time that he's talked to Stacy since. Like, whoa. And gives his gives as much of an apology as that he can give. And Stacy also recognizes how she contributed to him losing it, in talking about how, she catches herself at times forgetting about Maddie, right?
Yeah, Matt. Yeah.
And it's just a cool scene. And can I pick up Kaylee from school? Which,
yes,
how old is this kid? It's like, that'd be a big help, Pop. Like, you might want to call Anita. She wasn't very happy. It's like, it's probably better if I don't.
Yeah. Another angel in the wind.
Yeah, that's as good as Mike gets right there. And the soft spot he has for Stacy and Kaylee really shows up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good scene. Yeah.
All right.
I think the Piñata scene is pretty fun too. I was not
that's so good.
When they said Piñata, I was not necessarily expecting that, but that's what a creepy little warehouse to go with.
Yeah, well, and he mentions the whole Piñata thing, like, what are we actually doing here with the Piñata? And then that's where the Piñata is coming up.
Yeah,
like,
pretty cool.
I'm like, what kind of deal is he pulling off of this? But yeah, that was really cool too. All right, the Betsy Kettleman douchebag award of the episode.
Hey, Kai, stop pouring the beer. Come over here, Kai. Yeah.
This is an episode. I was gonna say this up top and I forgot. The second half of the season here, right? This is an episode that feels like a lot of like beginnings, where we talked about how last episode we didn't have that big climactic, like, this is going to set off the events. This big moment's going to set off the events of everything that's going to come. But instead, this is the start of a lot of new stuff, right? It's the start of where Kim's journey is potentially leading her. It's the start of Jimmy turning into just the midnight salesman kind of permanently. And it's the start, really, of where this whole thing with Werner and the Germans is going to go. And I did not see this whole warehouse thing happening. And as soon as I figured out what was going on, I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. And Mike has to manage them. And you throw in a wild card like Kai. My wife and I, and this is jumping a little bit, but my wife and I instantly, as soon as that happens, like, so how long does Kai last? And who kills him? Is it an accident? Is it Mike that takes him out? Is it Gus that comes and box cutters him? Is it like what are we talking about here? Because it
could be Nacho too, technically.
It could be Nacho. My money's on Dead Ice.
I think more likely it's probably Tyrus that would probably take him out. Tyrus or Mike.
Victor's the cold-blooded one.
True. That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, Kai. It's Kai. I mean, you could go with the three kids again, because they are still like, what's with the one kid? He's trying to make a deal with you, and you pull a knife on him.
Yeah, or we just rob you again.
Think about this. Nope, I'm not going to think about it. I'm looking for a quick buck. Well, I'm smarter than you this time.
That's funny. Yeah.
Don Eladio Stickman Award.
Stickman Award. Whoever said girls, can we bring girls? And it was Kai, probably, though, right?
It was Kai.
Yeah. I think he's kind of a stickman because he's like, I want to have some action while I'm here working. And yeah, that's why it's like, he's going to try to sneak somebody. Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? He tries to sneak somebody into the place, and then he has to kill both of them.
I don't think Mike said no. It was kind of a within reason, maybe once you settle in. That's kind of the vibe you get. But I don't think he said no.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the German guys has got to be...
Yeah. You'd think so.
Yeah.
The one I went with for the Stickman was Isaacson. The opening scene, the guy whose case that Chuck won, that all of a sudden is rich now. that forced a lot of paralegals to stuff some binders. Yeah.
It's the first time we see Saul Chuck did it since too.
Yeah. Some obscure case law that Kim knows by heart.
Yeah.
And the first time it was like the Jimmy origin story. Actually, it was more the Saul origin story, because that was the first time that Jimmy actually thought about this law stuff is kind of interesting. I want to know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good call.
But no, Isaacson. I couldn't find anybody really other than Kai, because he's the one that mentioned we bring girls into the warehouse.
Yeah, it's true.
Best new face. Hey, that's Danny Trejo.
Hey, it's Danny Trejo. This is another tough one, because it's just everybody in that warehouse there.
Germans. That's all I wrote down. Germans. Yeah. All of the Germans.
Yeah, Casper. This guy named Casper, played by Stefan Kapik. Kapitchik, maybe. Yeah, that could be it. But he's played in some stuff. He was Colossus.
The voice of Colossus, yeah.
In that Deadpool.
And Deadpool and Wolverine.
He was the vampire, or one of the last voice of the Dementor. Oh, he was in Demeter. See, Dementor. It's a Harry Potter movie at that point. Dementors.
Yeah.
Oh, he was Nikolai in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Oh, and Modern Warfare 2, and probably the first one as well. So yeah, he's done some stuff.
He was on 111 episodes of a show called Obikni Ehudi. So there, he had that going for him.
So you know it's good.
Exactly. What nationality is this guy? He I don't know. It's an interesting name, though. I have a feeling, the fact that he's actually, like, there's enough guys in there. The fact that he's one that's actually billed, I have a feeling we're going to get to know Casper a little bit over the next few weeks. Yeah. Yep. That's a good one.
He speaks 5 languages, including, he speaks English plus 5 other languages. So as IMDb says, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Lance, the printer guy, minor character of the episode.
Miss McGuinn.
This is Nguyen.
Yeah, Nguyen.
Nguyen.
Don't say the G.
Don't say the G.
Yeah. Miss G. Yeah. Miss Nguyen. Yeah, every time she pops up, she's always awesome. And she's like, "We don't want any customers coming back here." She's like, "Well, I rent here. It's fire hazard." And she's like, "Here, you can have a phone for free. 333 minutes."
Yeah.
For free.
That was pretty great. What are you doing? It's like, I pay rent. Like, he still pays rent for his random office in the back of the nail salon.
Yeah, I totally forgot that he had the office. That's kind of funny.
Well, it's because how much of his stuff is still in there.
Yeah,
he just doesn't want to move it out.
Yeah. His desk that probably weighs just as much as some of the heavy stuff you had when you were moving. The heavy desk.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. My minor character of the episode is definitely Mrs. Strauss. We only see her in the commercial, but like the fact that he just had to, he had to go watch the commercial again, and that was another great scene. Like, he was so good at that elder law stuff.
Yeah.
And it was totally his jam. It was his thing. He actually cared about those little old ladies, and he had to burn it all down because of how much he cared about those little old ladies. And that's what ruined everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just had to weasel his way in and do something stupid to try and get his money. And then he had to do the right thing to fix it, which ruined himself more. Like, all of his little schemes and plans just backfire on him.
Yeah, it sucks too. It's like, oh, is there a funeral? Oh, that was last week. Oh, damn.
Did so and so get the Alpine Shepherd boy?
Oh, the
What?
figure. Yeah.
The Hummel. Oh, yeah. Oh, so we finished college. How do you know this?
Yeah. 'Cause I
Like
care.
he just wanted updates on the family.
Yeah.
It's a shame that all went away for him.
Yeah.
All right. The best Saul one-liners.
I got a few. I got 3 down here. No, wait. No, this. Oh no, I got 5. Sorry. Could you big picture this for me? Like he says at the beginning. Can you just okay? Big picture it for me.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am.
Kim just couldn't stop being nerdy about it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
How about Pacino think he's gonna hoo-ah his way to the Oscar, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, butts served on platters. Yeah. Oh, it's their butts served on platters. Yes. Well, he's talking to Chuck.
Howard, you're a shitty lawyer, but you're a great salesman. Sell this place.
It's a good one.
F you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Use that. And you could tell Howard felt better after talking with Jimmy too. That was a great scene too. That was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
I always love when Howard pops up. He's like my favorite character.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, man, it's deader than disco. He said deader than disco. I don't remember. I can't remember the context now of that, but I think. Oh no, he was referring. He came and asked me how's work been. He's like, oh yeah, it's deader than disco. Yeah, at work, it's a job. It's deader than disco. He's like, yeah, I got enough navel gazing.
Navel gazing, that was a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
kind of on a path. I'm on a path here. Yeah, I'm kind of just doing my thing.
These get rich schemes don't work. Watch me.
Yeah, watch me. That's a good one.
Why was he telling the Piñata guys to not overfeed the fish? I don't know what the trade-off was there. I don't know.
Maybe Huel was going on vacation. I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyways, that was just one thing I popped by in my notes as I was going through. Okay, midlife crisis moment.
Big picture this for me. I know. No, I think the Oscar pool stuff is awesome. Doing your own bracket. Oh, what movie did that lady's like? Oh, going down the middle, huh? Taking everything.
Howard's End.
Yeah. Oh, real big fan of Howard's End.
Oh, yeah. And what was the line? I almost put this as, I just love Emma Thompson. She's so pragmatic.
Yes. That's a good one. Yeah, the Oscar poll. So make sure you sign up for our Oscar challenge whenever it comes up.
Every January. Check it out. Oscar challenge. Pick the winners. Not of the 1992 Oscars though. We won't touch those.
Or the Peanuts. You can't vote on that yet.
All right. My midlife crisis moment is hold on one sec. Beer comes first. I don't even have a beer tonight, but beer first. Talk later.
Yeah. Beer 30. Oh, I like how Swikart's like, oh man, can I sign your cast? Do people still, like being out of touch?
Like do that?
Yeah, do people still do that? Being out of touch, like not knowing if somebody does something still.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got some good ones here.
Some good ones.
Oh, I just noticed something. That wasn't like a piñata shop. That was like a container, like a semi-truck container that he hung a bunch of piñatas in.
Yeah, it was just like
the first set. Yeah, well, the first thing he said when he was on the phone getting it, he was like, what would a 24-footer run me? And I bet he was looking for
Shipping container.
a shipping container where he can hang all those piñatas in. I bet that was what it was. Maybe. I don't know. There's a bunch of random stuff going on the phone that I didn't quite fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was all in relation to the piñatas at the end, but I don't know. Okay. Best Breaking Bad reference. I skipped over that one because I already mentioned mine. Did you have anything else?
I really didn't have anything on this one. Didn't have anything this week.
Okay. LVP of the episode.
Yeah, I said the waiters, the wait staff at the restaurant, because there's no way they can stand in a main entrance like that and just be cool.
That's fair. My LVP is Huel. Because how do you allow someone to tower over you like that, Huel? You're the largest man alive. But apparently this guy, actor named David Matty, his name in the episode is Man Mountain.
Yeah.
We've seen him once before. Back in season 1, episode 9, Pimento. He's one of the guys that is going to work alongside Mike when he brings his pimento sandwich that runs away when Mike pisses off the motor mouth.
Isn't that guy also in El Camino?
Oh, is he?
I think there was a connection with one of those guys in the El Camino, who was the guy that was driving the ladies around.
Right. That's the same guy. Yes. Yeah. Yes. He's just this huge dude that apparently knows Jimmy now. So we got that. I think it's another that's who he was talking to. He was talking to the vet.
Oh.
Because the vet is the one who hooked up what's his face with his baseball cards with all those guys. And that included Mike and Mr. Man Mountain there.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I think he was talking to the vet when he said, I need 2 gigantic people. And Huel was second on the list because of Man Mountain.
Yeah, Man Mountain. That's so good.
But yeah. So LVP is Huel, but really in saying that, I'm saying the MVP is Man Mountain. Just simply because his name is Man Mountain. You can't say Mountain Man because that makes you picture something completely different. Man Mountain, you know exactly what you're getting.
A mountain of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You gave your LVP. MVP. My MVP is Oscar Pools. That's where I put that.
It's a good one. I like that. Oscar pools are fun, especially when you get the whole office involved. It's pretty cool. I wonder how much money how much the money was the winner. What they took home.
I don't know. He was getting some decent dough and also not doing his job. Kim, come on, you're making us all look bad. Well, you just keep stopping and talking to everybody.
Yeah. It's called building relationships.
Remember all those binders we've been stuffing? No, I've been busy with the Oscar pool.
Yeah, I like that.
What was your MVP?
My MVP is Tyrus's memory. Because he remembered
that's
everything.
A good call.
He remembered everything.
Like, you might want to write this down. I got it. I got a good memory.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Yeah. Like, Tyrus is just cool. Like, every little moment like that, like, dude, this guy's got it. All right, where are we going next? What's happening? Like I said, this episode felt like the start of a lot of stuff. We've got 4 episodes left in this season.
Well, it is kind of interesting. Now we have a time frame. We have 10 months before Jimmy can actually practice law.
Which I knew before because they'd said that it was his 2-month check-in in the last episode.
Correct. But now it also said that this job was going to be 6 months that they can get it done, but most likely 10 months. So with that logic, both things are going to end around the same time. And so they may need a practicing lawyer who is a little, it can wiggle some stuff around. And that would be a perfect segue to kind of bring, Saul to be the criminal lawyer because they're doing something a little shady, maybe.
The one problem with that, though, is Saul never knew Gus.
Yeah.
Remember, he was I know a guy who knows a guy. Like, he knew Mike who knew Gus, but he never actually met Gus. So I don't, but that's interesting that you're putting together that Better Call Saul, like the lawyer practice of Better Call Saul, Goodman and Associates, might be hitting the ground running right as the underground layer is it hitting the ground running. Yeah, they're gonna happen at the same time.
I think I think there is there could be something, because why would they have the same date or around the same time frame?
Yeah,
kind of convenient. But again, you don't have to. Gus never has to meet. There's a way around it. Mike's the middleman. It's like, my employer. Just say that my employer needs this done, and this is what he's willing to pay you. Maybe even fronts an office. Wouldn't that be kind of like, it could be that little, like, where the Statue of Liberty thing is? That could be like, here's your office. We're gonna, I don't know, that maybe that's a way of a stretch. At the same time, because he probably would have dipped out of that when Gus died. But
yeah, that's
probably a little more of a stretch. But it's kind of. And then maybe that's just too convenient. Everybody's attached that way, but you don't necessarily need to introduce these characters. But I don't think it's the last that Jimmy and Mike are going to encounter each other. So I have a feeling there's something needs to pop up, and they need to know a guy on the inside of the court to maneuver something around. Jimmy has the relationship with people in there. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, and I think you've got. You have Jimmy is kind of like his relationship with Gus at this point is a relationship of convenience. Not Gus, Mike. When Jimmy needs Mike, he calls on Mike. And when Mike needs Jimmy, he calls on Jimmy, right? They kind of have this understanding of we know when we need each other, we can call each other. So something like that might pop up. I think one of the interesting things that comes out of this episode is I think there's a clear picture and pathway for how Kim gets kind of disassociated with the work Saul Goodman does, and how you never really get the McGill Wexler moment quite like it had been before if she's going to go be partner at a big time law firm like that. So I think that's kind of a big deal. That's a little piece in the puzzle that needed to fall at some point, and I think we might now know how it's going to fall. It'll be interesting to see if Kim actually makes the Schweikart and Copley work if she does take the job, or is she going to Davis and Maine it like Jimmy did, because she's hoping for one thing and ending up not being able to get exactly what she wants. I think Howard in this episode looked a lot like Beneke, watching his business start to die and not knowing how to fix it. That was a connection I saw of just seeing what his family had always worked for starting to lose steam, and what's he going to do about it. So I'll be interested to see how HHM bounces back, or if it bounces back, and in what way. The fascinating stuff is, how's this whole German build and all these Germans working on Gus's project with Werner, who's not the most assertive man running things. But he does have a plan, and he handpicked these guys, right? He flew these guys out from Europe to do this job. That's going to be fascinating to see how long is it going to take for Kai to do a dumb thing beyond what he's already done, and get really in trouble for it. There's all of a sudden in one episode, we've got so many moving parts that I'm super excited to see where it all goes and how it all lands.
The other thing too I'm thinking about too is that we haven't seen the cousins for a minute now too. And what happens if like Hector, like I don't picture Hector just gonna be like sitting there and doing that. I think there has to be another voice for Hector. Like maybe there's somebody around that, like a relative is something. Like
Yeah.
I could see them. I don't know. I can see.
Nobody likes Hector, though. That's the problem. Everyone respects him and fears him. But now that he's bedbound, no one is going to come to his side. He made enemies of everybody.
Yeah,
The cousins, remember they said went back to Mexico.
Yeah, I remember that.
One of them needed to recover, and they both needed to lay low after, massacring an entire family's worth of drug dealers. So
no DEA yet on that. That's crazy.
No DEA yet. That's another shoe that needs to drop at some point. Is will the DEA ever get involved with anything that's going on?
Yeah, I think though, right now we're getting kind of Gus the rising into more prominence right now, but it would be kind of cool to have another foe on the Salamanca side that actually can be a vocal piece as well that can kind of match with Gus as he's built another like kind of person to kind of up, even though we know Gus is one of the big bads the show, and this is kind of the rise of him being a big bad, and see him go up against another person to take another little notch and feel himself out a little bit more as well. I think that could be interesting. I don't know how they would do that and who they would bring in on that court.
Yeah,
who knows?
I mean, there could be room for another character to pop up.
Yeah,
we'll see.
What's another character?
I mean, they keep on bringing back people from the past, which is great because I think we mentioned this early on. When you keep on doing that, they're people you don't have to build the backstory for because you already know it, which is cool. That always makes it easy.
Very true.
All right.
Well,
I think we've reached our end here.
Our end. Okay. Well, this episode had everything: conspiracies, douchebags, stickmen, dumbwaiters, Germans,
cranky old bald men, 2 pre-manufactured homes in a warehouse,
a well-lit hospital room in the dark, a hands-free bell, a hand without a bell. Yeah. Well, we booked into that episode with Stefan. So if you like him, come back for more. All right. Well, that's all we had. And I think that's a wrap. So make sure you guys are following along, leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And in closing, we'll do one more thing.
Better Call Saul.
Sit and spin, you buttholes.
Subscribe, buttholes.